Hi friends, it's Scott Bertone, the Bold Action Coach, and welcome back to 21 Days of Giving Challenge, Day 5. Today, we're going to focus on creating personal affirmations and how they can be a powerful tool to take dominion over that amazing, mega self-aware supercomputer inside of you. Now, I'm talking about affirmations because I know they work. They work for me, and they've worked for the clients that I've coached over the years. Now, affirmations work because they're undoing those negative thoughts that we keep feeding ourselves. In fact, did you know that we feed ourselves about 50,000 on average, 50,000 negative thoughts a day? Now that's a lot of negative thinking. And that's what negative self-talk is. It's negative thinking repeated over and over until it comes deep into our subconscious because we've done it so many times. Now, an affirmation does the absolute opposite. It programs our mind in the opposite way. We take something that we want to be thinking, some action that we want to be taking, and we program that in with repetitious but very powerful statements that mean something to us, meaningful statements. Not created out of fear, not created out of pain, but created out of strength and positivity. So let's go in, let's dive in, let's talk about an affirmation. So for me, I know that there's times in my life now that my negative voice that used to be operating has switched to a positive voice. And it surprises me sometimes when I start hearing some of the things that come out because I know I wrote that. I know that I created that, and it makes me so happy. So I want to share that with you. And I'm going to share that with you a little bit with an example just to kind of to drive it home and give you some real clarity around it. So I had a client, we'll call him John. And John is one of these guys that just, he looks like a tall Brad Pitt, and he's a successful entrepreneur. The guy has a great family. He can pretty much accomplish anything he sets his mind to, but he has got this horrible belief that no matter what he did, he wasn't good enough. And that belief, as we studied and analyzed it, really manifested in this level of unworthiness. And so he had this perfectionist attitude. He always had to do everything perfect, but he could never live up to it. And I don't know if you know somebody like this in your life, but do you know somebody that literally, they do these amazing things and you think so highly of them for what they can accomplish and what they can do, and then you start talking to them and then you start, oh, you did great and you did wonderful, and they're like, oh my God, no, I didn't, and this isn't perfect, and that's not perfect. And you just want to grab them and shake them and say, stop it, you're amazing. But you can't do it because it's not going to work. It's not going to change anything because they have to believe it. They have to really own it. And that's what affirmations start to do for you. So what is affirmations and how can you apply an affirmation in your life? Well, it starts by figuring out in the last video I shared about equality, what it is that you want to focus on. And for John, John was focusing on worthiness because he felt unworthy. And that unworthiness created these things where he had to create, for himself, he had to create perfection. And it just wasn't achievable. So we worked on unworthiness, and I asked him to go through a process of creating an affirmation that was deep and meaningful for him. And we stepped forward in a process that was enlightened by 5 to 7 steps that are really important. And I'll start with the first one. First one was, as you start the affirmation, was with the words I am. And the reason why you do that is because it's yours, it's personal, it's I am something, it's specific and powerful. Second is you use words that are ending in ing, things like deserving, accepting, loving. Third, we use a positively focused word, right? The I am, not the I am not, because you're not trying to be a negative here. You're trying to be a positive, and it's a positive affirmation. Fourth, you use energizing words, really powerfully strong words, action words, happy, joyful, filled, excited, those kind of things. And then you include your quality. So for him, his quality was worthiness. So that would be included in the affirmation. And then you focus on both you, because you have to make it personal, and you focus on the outside world. So I'll share for myself and for others, or sharing it with myself, or feeling it myself and sharing it with others, that kind of thing. And finally, you want to bring some freaking enthusiasm to it, because enthusiasm is what we all are energized by. I mean, you know, when you meet people, if they're enthusiastic and fun, you want to gravitate towards that person. So that's the kind of thing you want to bring to your affirmations. So here's an affirmation, just one of the several that we created for him, just as an example for you that we created for him. And his affirmation, again, was about worthiness. We created this, and I'm going to read it off of a little paper I have in front of me. Worthiness: I am deserving, worthy, and entitled to success, happiness, and the well-being that I can joyfully feel and share with the world. Now, that's a powerful affirmation. And he repeated it over and over and over. And it had all the elements that I just discussed with you. Again, I'll repeat it. I am deservingly worthy and entitled to success, happiness, and well-being that I can joyfully feel and share with the world. Now, again, that's powerful. And that's starting to undo a lot of the negative thoughts he has and really letting him own who he is and the strength of himself and helping him, engaging him to feel worthy and powerful. Again, that was just one of what we created, but he repeated that over and over and over. And just like I did when I was doing my affirmations, he had tricks that worked for him, which is putting him on the mirror in his bathroom, setting reminders on his phone, looking at himself in the mirror to do it, having his wife remind him to talk and say his affirmations, and really doing it all the time, several times a day, over and over. And eventually, you know what? He didn't have to do it anymore. It wasn't hard. It wasn't a chore. He didn't have to see the reminders. Those words just started flowing out of him. And that's what it can do for you. So if you connected to this, if you want to try it, I'm here to help. In the comments below, you can email me. I can send you a worksheet that you can fill out. But whatever it is, affirmations work. And I want you to try it out. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you got something out of it. Have a great day, and of course, and always live boldly, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.